We've been in this process a long time, and sometimes it's very, very frustrating because the achievement gap is still there for children of color, but there's a lot of hope, and with hope we can continue to put forth the effort to make a difference for our children, and knowing that there's human capital.
And that brought me back to what happened here in the last couple of days. It's from the inside, doing the inside out, and finding out who you are ethically, morally, where you're coming from, with what lens you're looking at, like what you said, and those kind of things. So I think it's from that perspective that I'm going to go back, and I do a lot of in-servicing with assistant principals and things like that. So I have an action-packed suitcase full of stuff now that I can go back and talk to them with.
Well, I think the first key aspect would have to be the assessing of your own biases. We all have them. It's not something we, oh, let's sit around the dining room table and talk about our biases. But as an educator, you have to face those. I mean, they can both be positive and negative.
As people have alluded to, several of the presenters, a lot of us get into education because we want to change the world. And it's an admirable intent, but that's hard work, and it takes time, and it starts with ourselves, taking good looks at ourselves and doing the heavy lifting there to figure out the lens that we have, even with the best of intentions.
And many times schools would call me when they were having difficulty with what they would call subgroups or populations, and so I began to look for tools that would help them to respond effectively to many different cultures, and to begin to view it. I recognized that it was a system of beliefs that held them back from being effective in responding. And so I came across a couple of programs, but cultural proficiency is one that I felt was most powerful because the tools are very hands-on, and they allow educators to really begin to work from their belief systems.
And the crazy thing is, when you're talking about the achievement gap, it's about, okay, more language arts, more math, more this, more that. You know what? This is what does it. This is what gets the kids able to unpack what's going on with them. And then once they unpack that, now they're ready to go to the next step and do the learning that they need to do.
And all of a sudden, my kids are like, I could change the world. My students that may have thought, what you were talking about, I don't have any possibilities, this is my life, they're now saying, hey, I can make a difference, and I'm valuable, and I'm part of this. And it's an amazing to see.
And as I began to work with different diverse populations of teachers, I became very aware of prejudice, expectations, and had to become very conscious of me and how I responded and reacted to statements that were made to me. And as a trainer, I was supposed to be very neutral around these issues. And so cultural proficiency helped me to understand that I had to deal with me first before I could coach the adults who serve our children.
So I think it changes too, the teachers, not only, again, that inside-out approach. Teacher is looking at his or herself as a learner, and just as much somebody who needs to be growing from these experiences and dialoguing and reflecting. And then also changes how teacher views student. The same student who never pays attention in my classroom or is disruptive, whoa, now I'm seeing, like you're saying, this leader unfolding. So it very much changes just the school culture when you go back, because now we share a very special connection.
And we have 54,000 kids in our district. It would have been great to bring our entire school community over here for this, because I think it's so valuable, and I know that they're going to be going back and shouting things back at their sites. And I'm going to go to the district office and do the same, because I'm going to be asking for a few things and to continue a lot of the work that we're doing and tweak what we need to tweak. So this has been extremely valuable.